Penelope Tong lived for dancing and karaoke. As she has yet to be selected for a talent show, she was making do with a course in accounting and working at the King Express Noodle Bar, both of which were advised and arranged by her older sister, Avril. Now, Penelope always found it tiresome faking an interest in conversation with Avril's fiancé, Kong. Seeing as he knew nothing about cult TV shows, film stars, contemporary music, and he didn't even want to. Yet, he did surprise her 2 weeks ago. Hey, Penelope, my family's going to be visiting Hong Kong from Shanghai. They've never been to Hong Kong. We've arranged a get-together for the youngsters. Oh no, thought Penelope. What appointment could she say she was busy in Shenzhen? Whatever. We're hiring a lounge at the Kowloon Pelican. There'll be karaoke, games, and food. I'll be there, she said. I'll be there. That doesn't matter. I'll be there too. There will be other people. I'm sure you'll know them. No, it's fine. I'll be. It doesn't matter. I'll be there. I'll bring a list of songs. I love singing. So I hear. I'll forward you the list of songs. I can be flexible. It doesn't matter. Whatever age suits. Just. It doesn't matter. I'll be there. There will be other singers too, Penelope. I know. Duets, right? Just make sure there's 2 mics. No. 3. Make sure there's 3 mics. I have a list of songs that would work. All well-known and popular. Kong smiled. Penelope clenched her fists. An audience. And she knew she could wow them. She knew she just needed her chance. A chance to let her talent show. They would plead for more. She must think of what to wear. Something glittery. When the night arrived, the private lounge was not as large as Penelope had imagined or expected, though all the necessary equipment was there. TV screen for lyrics, the karaoke box, the speakers, the microphones. You could sing on the sofa. You could sing addressing the sofa or the armchairs. You could wander around the pool table. There were many possibilities. There wasn't a piano that you could drape yourself across, but that was all right. Penelope could do with what they had. She counted 23 people in the room by the time the singing began. Kong's nieces, in matching party dresses, started with some pop songs. I love you like a love song, baby. I love you like a love song, baby. People seemed pleased. But then it was Penelope's turn. She stood up there, a knot of teenagers gathered around the pool table. They all listened when Penelope opened up with one of her up-tempo favorites. I got the eye of the tiger, oh, 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 and I am the champion. You're gonna hear me roar. Oh, 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 oh. They loved her. It was mostly the 9-year-olds that danced. But they loved her. She could tell. She sat down again and she waited for her next turn, applauding everyone that sang, politely. Avril tapped her on the shoulder. There was someone she should meet. Penelope frowned. Talking to her future in-laws was not her objective. Singing, that would be fine. But Kong stepped in and stretched a pretend smile across his face. A young man stood beside him. Penelope, said Kong, I'd like to introduce you to Nicky. He reached out his hands. I'm Kong's brother. How do you do? Penelope took one look at him. He was beautiful. He had blonde highlights in his hair. Penelope didn't like the highlights, red or orange, maybe just a smattering on one side. That would be more preferable. Penelope, Nicky's come to study in Hong Kong, said Avril. Penelope couldn't determine whether Kong and Avril's smile was token because they were embarrassed by her not reaching Nicky's standards, or, maybe it was that Nicky hadn't reached her standards or Kong's standards and they felt obliged to introduce her? Was it that Nikki and her herself neither met their standards? It didn't matter. Unfortunately, or fortunately, she was meeting Nikki that night. "You sing wonderfully," said Nikki. "Let's do one together." Penelope blushed. "What, now? That's what karaoke's about, babe. Spontaneous. It's not opera. Is it a song I know?" "No. Let's see. They're calling me over. It's my turn. Come on." The suit was two-tone. Maroon shades twisted among silver grays as he strode over to the karaoke and handed her the microphone. She didn't recognize the tune. She wasn't sure who the singer was. "Let's go," he said, launching into the first verse. "All along it was a fever, cold, hot-headed believer. I threw my hands in the air, said, show me something. He said, if you dare, come a little closer, pen. Round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, you know." Humiliating. Utterly humiliating. Nikki was adding actions into his performance. "Not really sure how to feel it." Pelvis thrusts at all the right moments. "Hold, hot, sweaty, believe it." And yet she was just speaking the words like how drunks performed. She couldn't remember. She didn't even know the song. She would need a drink herself after this. Nikki was flashing, impressing the audience. Penelope was humiliated. All she could do was grin and grin and grin. When the song was finished, she bowed to the audience. She felt sick. All her insides had been hollowed out. She vaporized right in front. She might die on the spot. There was only hate left for Nikki. Only the girls in matching party frocks clapped with honest enthusiasm. The rest was all in sympathy for her public degradation, for which a lot of sympathetic noise was justified. "That was fantastic," said Nikki. She went directly into the ladies' room, locked herself in a cubicle. With her forehead against the wall, she considered how she might start her life anew. A new identity, a change in hairstyle, lip gloss, plastic surgery. 27 minutes later, she retrieved her coat. "Where are you going?" said Avril. I don't know." "Then stay a while." Nikki was impressed. We all were. "I think he wants to do another duet." "Not tonight." "Well, at least talk to Kong's relatives," Avril said. "Don't just disappear." If only Penelope could. Nikki had already spotted her and was shimmering towards her in his two-tone suit. "I like your dress," he said. "Sparkly, like a talent." "Like you know about these things," she replied, hate seething. "I'm learning every day." "Well, I'm trying to. I play with a band." "You ever sung with a band?" Penelope shook her head. "No more humiliation, please." "It's a step up," he said. "You must have thought of it." She was always thinking about it. "Come and see the band sometime," he said. He must have had dental work done, because his teeth were perfect. They weren't just healthy teeth, they were like showbiz teeth. His investment was a sign of commitment. He probably was the front man too. And he was asking her to perform with him. "I'll think about it," she said. "You do that while I'm singing this number." The microphone was handed to him and he floated up on stage. "This one's from Penelope." He was good. Too good. Penelope's world shrank into a black hole in space. Somehow she remained standing and beamed moronically, watching him as he gyrated to Will Smith's Getting Jiggy With It. He was outstanding. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro, I know you know I go psycho when my new joint hit. Just can't sit, gotta get jiggy with it. Ooh, that's it. He wasn't even looking at the screen. Now honey, come ride, CKNY, all up in my eye. You got a Prada bag with a lot of stuff in it. Give it to your friend, let's spin. Everybody looking at me, glancing the kid. Wish his name was dancing the jig. He with his handsome kid, sing a cigar, right? Cuba goodbye, just bite it. It's for the look, I won't light it. The whole crowd exploded. The whole room even joined in on the na 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 part, except Penelope. Nikki visited her the next day at King Noodle Express. She was at the counter and saw him join the queue. She could have asked to swap with a kitchen task, moved into the back, but she'd already concluded that Nikki was obsessive, career determined, permanently deluded, a non-shake-offable type. He was supposed to order a dish from the menu, but instead he asked her out for lunch. I'm busy, she said. I can wait. Once you break, we need to talk. Don't you have, lectures? Don't you? I'm studying tonight. Well, I'm studying you, babe. You know, you're good. You and me could make a double act. Ridiculous. Please place an order, sir. He exhaled through his super white teeth. Avril's giving me your number. I'll call later. What? She was entranced. That evening, she sat alone in the bedroom that she shared with Avril. Her mobile was plugged in to recharge. No technical failures would be allowed to ruin this critical conversation. When she heard a male voice, she knocked on the lounge door. Avril and Kong were out on the sofa. The TV turned off. Penelope thought Nikki might have come too. He didn't. Avril looked into the gleams of her engagement ring as she pondered with Kong their careers in risk analysis and which financial bubble might burst next. Penelope went back to her room. He called at 9. His message was short. Babe, I said what I wanted to say. Come see us rehearse. Think about it. I will. I'll think about thinking about it. We're destined, Penelope. Can't you see us singing ballads? That could be the problem, she said. We both know the other can sing. Our ages and styles match. This is a chance. Call me tomorrow, she said, embarrassed by her own shyness. He came into King Express Noodle again the next day. She agreed to an early evening meal after her salsa lesson. Nikki, of course, was keen to know more about salsa. Show me the moves. We could work it into a song. She decided to let herself like him, for now. Nothing beyond that. A professional relationship to build on, not slip on and ruin everything. She later realized that he became quieter as the meal progressed, though he was always attentive. She answered questions at length about how soulless accountancy was, how revitalizing music was, how she looked forward to dancing, and how she longed to sing while standing at the counter at King Express. There were just a few nods from him. A tilt now and then of his hair, a faultless smile. They shook hands on parting. An arrangement had been made for her to attend band rehearsals next Monday. As she walked through the MTR, her pace increasing with her good mood. If the streets were deserted, she would have danced along with the music in her head. It filled her head. She had to make sure she wasn't looking strange while silently mouthing their duets. She couldn't stop fantasizing about the videos she would make with him. She couldn't sleep. Or was it that she couldn't stop thinking about him? No, definitely not. It was the music. The music. She studied on Saturday, watched the talent shows, dreaming. He didn't call, but she knew what their arrangement was. She realized she trusted him. What an odd feeling. On Sunday night, the world changed. Penelope came home to find Avril crying on the sofa. Her hands were against her face, a tear or two slipping through. She wasn't wearing the ring. He's moving back to Shanghai. His family wants him there. Penelope put her arms around her sister. Shanghai was exciting, she thought, though she'd never been there, nor had Avril. What else has Kong done? Her sister's eyes closed as another wave of sobbing took hold. She shook her head. Penelope wasn't sure how to interpret that. But the truth would come out, she decided. It don't have anything to do with his family. Nothing! Avril shut the door to her own room. Penelope could not concentrate in her lectures on Monday. Avril had taken the day off, and Penelope felt she could maybe stay with her that evening. She texted Nikki. Cannot make tonight. Apologies. Hope to make it soon. No reply came that day. No reply came the next day either. She had missed her chance. Come Friday, there'd still been no messages from him, or sightings at her place of work. Kong had probably told him what Avril had told her. Time slowed down by the weekend. The clouds descended. They didn't budge. From her 10th floor apartment, she couldn't even see up to the 15th floor across the street. Taxis moving in the street below. People's lives were still progressing. Luck being made, chances being taken. She missed him. But he evidently didn't miss her. It's time, said Avril a week later. We have to return the ring. Penelope sensed an ominous task. I've emailed Kong, said her sister. You've got to take it to him. The coffee bar had been decided upon 2 days later. She was not involved in the deciding. It seemed a long way from Kong's office. Perhaps he didn't want to be seen. At the appointed time, Penelope was there. Kong wasn't. Unusual, thought Penelope, as she sipped her tea. You know this can only end one way, whispered a voice from behind her. It was Nikki. He sat down. What happened with Kong and your sister? She shook her head. I don't know. Do you? Nikki showed his palms. No idea. My older brother will tell me when he's ready. He might mutter it to my gravestone. I'll tell you then. She took the ring in its presentation box from her handbag. Handed it to him. He slipped it in his jacket pocket. You're not going to check that it's there? She asked. Surely you did that. I trust you. She stared into her tea. Now that the task was complete, he would leave her, and she would remain composed. But Nikki didn't move. You know, you and me, we might have to cool it for now. Cool what? A flash of his brilliant teeth. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that too. We think so alike. Sorry about not turning up on Monday. He nodded. It's sort of difficult now. He tilted his head and tilted it back. I was thinking I could connect you with like another guy singer, but it's not as good as me. I don't think I could for a while, now that you said. Or another girl singer? Do you see that working instead of you and me? She continued looking down into her tea. Nikki rose. Oh well. But hey, the band's downstairs. That's why I chose this place. Don't think about it, Penelope. This is destiny. Come with me. She looked back at him. Take me with you.